where you guys coming in from YouTube or Facebook? I can't see you.
He got his amp running lean and mean. As the signal reaches coast to coast, his amp builds are better than most. He's got zero reflect. No fancy shop, just his iron and fire. Dreams wired up with quiet desire. Each amp a beast, a story told by hands that build, not hands that fold.
Alright, you're on YouTube, Popcorn? I don't know if we got any Facebook guys in here or not. Might not have any. Crazy Chicken, what's happening, man? YouTube, thank you. I had about 7 of you guys in here on YouTube. For some reason, I don't think my Facebook linked in. Hold on, let me see what this little button does. Facebook, share. See if it goes that way. Feed. Hold on, I can add it right now. There we go. Now we'll see. Alright, so I just shared it to Facebook, so we'll see if it goes. If something popped up on here, I didn't see it in time. My Facebook session ended or something, I don't know. But anyhow, this is what we have going on today. Alright, this is what we have going on here today. Molly and me's here in the shop, and I had to do a repair. This amp was built probably 23, I think. The guy had it for a little while. And it was built by a different guy, no big deal. I'm not trying to make anyone famous. It is what it is. So, built, power supply was in here, RF deck was in here, it was built. Unit didn't work as good as it should have, so took it, I changed all his power supplies, because I remember this one now, going back in my head. They actually had this wired up, I believe, for 120 volts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 30 amp units. I believe it was wired up for 120 volts. So, anyway, if there's any Facebook guys in here, please type up that Facebook is up and running and I can see you. If you wouldn't mind, please. Okay, so 120 volts, kind of a bad idea, so now it's on 240 volts. It was originally built this way, for the most part. 1 driving 6. No, it was a 2 driving 6. I take that back. This was a 2 driving 6 once upon a time, and wow, did it oscillate and had all kinds of problems. So I ended up changing it and turned it into a 1x6. Everybody knows I don't like 2 by anything really, but this is the circuit it's running. The one transistor driver is running right about 90 to 100 watts. That's pretty efficient out of 1 transistor, and is driving the 6 2879Cs. So as I made this change years ago, I didn't take this out because the guy's like, oh, I kind of want it this way. It's staged. It has a switch where you can run just a 1 pill, or you can run just a 6, or you can run both of them together. This really makes my eye twitch. And for years, I've been saying no, 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 no to the no, no, no. I built very few after I left the Fat Boys back in the day when I worked for him, because he still does those staged amplifiers. But that comes with a big beware from me, and probably the guy that should be, if you're a builder and you agree to do this for somebody, you should take and make sure that they understand their responsibility. If you take a hot radio and you turn on or off this driver, you could really blow this unit up pretty badly. So, high powered radio, not even gonna say a name brand, everybody knows what I don't like. This got driven with a hot dog super trucker radio, and it didn't like it. It tore up a couple transistors in it. Hate it when that happens. High Q high Q, nitromethane circuit, high Q, little little bit of reps there. Things pump out some power in 2-pill stages, they do. You can make another stage in a 6-pill, it would actually be a lower Q. I think if anybody they want to post in here and correct me, it's 4 and 4 on the wraps. Sure was. And that circuit actually worked. And there was no preloads, I don't believe. It was just 4 wraps, and then it was dumping into a network. Out the door it went. But I'm not a big fan of 6 transistor units. All right, this one's working. It's working like it's supposed to, as far as from what I can remember. And we're gonna take and do a few tests on it and see how she goes. But while I got it open, let's kind of leave the camera right here, and I'll set this up real quick so you can kind of see where the voltage is. And then I'm gonna throw the lid on it. Well, since having a fan lid hooked up and don't use it. Let's see if we can see that. Nope. See that? You will. Maybe. Maybe. We'll just do it this way. There you go. You can see it now, huh? Is it backwards? Don't know. Alright. We're going to power this on. And all power supplies are running right now. And here's our voltage. This voltage is set at 15.59, somewhere in there. Now I'm going to key it while this is plugged in. The guy's like, oh, how do you do that with your meter? It's a Harbor Freight meter. They quit making these meters, by the way. I really like them. You sell a piece of ferrite, man, wrap it around there a few times. You're good. Little snappa.com. Get a snappaferrite.com, breaker. All right, so I'm gonna give us a little thrill here. Give it a little bump and bump. All right, here we go. Here's your voltage, and this is where, and I'll put the lid on, but this is where she'll hang out at. Yeah, 1, 2, all on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio. Woo, 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 woo. 15.47, somewhere right in there. So I'm dropping about 2.5 tenths, maybe 3 tenths, 2.5, somewhere in there. Pretty happy with that. Definitely not struggling. So, as I said, I didn't change everything on this when I did the pre-build. They still have a single wire. I'm going to leave it like this because it's a base box, but single wire meaning using a lid to make ground for the fan kit, which is okay. I mean, you could do that, but this is where a lot of people don't understand. Back in the day, we used to have eroditing, gold eroditing, in fact. Everybody knows what the gold boxes were. Okay, gold eroditing, had continuity. So, let me explain this for the guys that don't understand about ground. You take your meter here and put this on over to, what you want to call it? The beeper. The ohmage beepers. So, you can see the one down there. Here, look, I touch them together. You see the meter? All right, doing something, right? Yeah? Okay. So if you touch the top of the case, nothing happening. But if you go pin nut to pin nut, you got something happening. Okay, so my point is, it has this beautiful powder coat on there, clear coat, or black, or green, or purple, or blue, whatever. If you paint your cabinet, and you only use one wire to make your fans work, that means you got to do even more work, simply more work than it would take to put a single extra wire in. Especially if you're building it. I've seen guys taking, oh, one guy in particular actually had his stuff taped off. They're paying someone to put tape on there so they can make ground for their fans. For the powder coat one, though. Just put a wire on there. That's it. I'm going to leave it like this because this is a base box. It's not a mobile where you'd be taking it apart and stuff. But I got to twist and stab sometimes because some people really got stuck in what happened 25 years ago. We have better finishes now. We have, not better parts, but I mean, we have nicer looking cabinets, let's say that. Thanks to Charger ICA Manufacturing, you know, Mark, his son, he runs that machine shop and does a hell of a job. I gotta give props to these guys. There's a lot to it. A lot to this stuff just to get a cabinet. So let me put a screw or two in this where she can make ground. Hey. Normally you see me just toss the lid on there and fans are burning. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna run this little guy. We're gonna just hit, turn them both on anyway. I hit the one transistor stage. All right, here's the radio. This is the reflect going back to the radio. This is the radio going in today. Radio, I'm gonna hang out somewhere around 14.7. I'm gonna show you the input drive from my radio. My gain's over roughly not quite 12 o'clock. And we're gonna take and key up this little one transistor, and this is a 25 watt. Let's look at the radio. Let's watch the radio. Radio drive, radio drive, radio drive, radio drive. 10 and a half. Okay, not too bad, Texas. All right, here we go. Input reflect going back to, and this is a 1 pill. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, half a watt. Now, 2,500 watt slug. Each line's 50. 1, 1, 1 audio. 1, 1, 1 audio. So you can't really judge it on that one. And here's a Pinker Twaker. Audio 5,000. Each line's 100. Audio. And just take a look at the digital Pinker Twaker, showing me 250 on a 1 pill. I like to look at that number right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So roughly 100 watts, 5 kilowatt, 100 watts. All right. I'm gonna change all my slugs for one little test. So that was the one transistor unit running by itself. Now here's just the 6. It's my radio head. Well, you guys are going to be floored on this one. Same radio drive. Audio. Now, did you notice that it's extra half a that one line's gone, that half a watt? Audio. See, I'm doing 10 now. I'm doing a little about 10 and a half before. And that's why, because I got more transistors it's trying to eat. It eats a little sometimes. They get a little hungry input. All right, so that's just the radio. Here's 2,500 again. Audio. 6 pills. Audio. Now each line's 50, and we're hanging out right around 200. Let's see what this one is. 5 kilowatt. Audio. Oh, about the same. Hold on, let me get a different situation here on this. I'll do this. Do it like, there we go. Do it like this. Oh, I'm all backwards now. Damn it, man. Give me your microphone. All right, there we go. 5 kilowatt. 6 pills. And I got 6 of them running. Audio. All right, here's your RMS digital. This said 300. Audio. All right. Pinker, Twaker. Pinker, look at it. 1,200. Audio, 12. So, okay, Pinker Twakers. Understand something here, please. Follow me. Please follow me here. Let's show you RMS. Okay. And I'm only doing 300 watts audio, okay? How in the heck can I do 300 watts and have this much peak audio? Okay. Buy your power because it says that much peak, because you got to look at that RMS. It's a fair number. It's important that you see that number. Now, add a little drive. Let's get this amp actually start running where it's supposed to be. And let's look at the radio drive again. Radio drive, audio. Oh, look at that, boy. Everything opened up on it. No resistance. Audio. She's rolling now. It came up all by herself, huh? Audio, input. All right. 2,500 watt slug. Audio. It's a 750 watts RMS. Let's look at the 5 kilowatt. Each line's 100. Center scale. Audio. 1, 2. A little closer to 8. Let's take a look at the RMS here. Audio. Look like a good 800 there. All right, Pinker, Twakers of all Pinkers. Analog first. Pinker, Twaker, audio. 1, 2. My good 16, 17. Let's see the digital Pinker, Twaker. I got power. Now, guess what? We didn't gain that much. Watch this. I can do this on the fly. 6 fill, 6 fill, 6 fill, audio, tweaker, pika, pika, tweaker. That's the radio. Now here's a little bit more. Audio, tweaker, pika, pika, tweaker, tweaker. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket if you're looking to take and actually make some disturbance on the frequencies and start talking a little bit better DX. Peak is very important. It is. I absolutely agree. It is. But it's not a number that you need to sit there and stare at all day long. Say, man, my 8 pill's doing 2,000 watts. You know how many times a month I hear that? I said, really? How many volts yet? I'm at 14.8. 15 volts. Cool. You must be talking about peak or dosy. I got a dosing meter. Another guy says, I got a peak meter. I got a bird peak meter. What's that bird RMS telling you, man? It ain't up there all that. Hey guys, listen. This equipment is built, and this one I didn't build, I kind of rebuilt it and made it right, but yeah, if you got a bass box and you have certain radios, meaning I got a radio right here. Great radio, does good. This thing will take it all day long. It has one final in it. Even my 2510, if I chose to, I could put it up in this thing. And it has an actual final in it. But start dealing with these dual final radios. This is not nothing new. This has been said out loud for over my entire radio career, at least building over 30 years. And any smart builder is going to tell you a dual final radio really isn't going to work if you have one transistor in there. You're going to try to drive a dual final radio into a one transistor driving something else. Even if you have 2 transistors in there, it's still 2 against 2. It's not going to work out. The amplifiers will run for a little while. They may act right, but you start getting them to try to perform and you force it, that's when the guys make a mistake. They're like, oh, wait a minute, I got this radio and it does this much more over that 1 pill stage. I'm going to drive that radio in here. Sure as shit he did, and guess what? It didn't like it because that radio still had to go across that relay of that 1 pill stage to get to the relay to the 6 pill. So if you have a staged amplifier, beware of what you put into it, and definitely beware, because if you forget to shut that driver stage off, ooh, talk about whack-a-mole. Now, every 10 ohm resistor in this unit was burnt. Every one of them. They were quarter watt 10 ohm resistors. Every one of them were burnt. 2 transistors were out. That tells me oscillation was in this amplifier when that radio came in and shocked the holy bejesus out of it. If this stage was off or on, regardless, if it were on, he probably would have snatched out the one transistor stage. But I believe he was right. He's an honest guy. He'd left that off, but I told him not to do it. Damn it. That cat got ran over in the middle of the road by a freaking huge bus, and it's flat now. So I was able to scrounge together some transistors, got her back together, up and running again, and this was the end result. As far as coax feed lengths, very important. A lot of this discussions sniffling around Facebook again, and they're talking, oh, well, coax length don't matter. Boy, I'll tell you what, it does. I did a video on it. I'm not jumping down that rabbit hole in this video, but I will say, if you don't start cutting coax and nubbing it out, or at least do the math on it and get it really close, if you're a mathematical genius and you get it really close and you can lock it on, that's great. Use your equipment. Use your A55. It'll stub nose tune your freaking coax and snippity snip, and you're right there. You can do the mathematical, get yourself in the ballpark, and then you give yourself an inch or two and start snipping it away. And you're going to learn a lot really quick as you do that. Put your ends on, and now you're in the same zip code for as velocity and frequency. As far as your coax, be phase angled correctly for the channel that you really talk on the most. You're not going to know all these things out and get them dead on the channel unless you really spend a lot of time. But with that said, if you're in the neighborhood, it's cool. Meaning, if you're talking channel 20, you got a piece of coax cut for channel 11 or channel 30, it's still going to work fine on 20. And throughout the whole 27, 1 through 40 channels. Why? Because just like your antenna on your roof, you can take and tune for 6, you can tune for 11. We can still slip all the way up to channel 15, depends on your antenna system. So I know some guys only have 1 or 2 channels, and that's it. But regardless, I'm using a half a wavelength from my radio down to this unit, and then a half wavelength out to my dummy load system. So it's just phases of 12, or a half wavelength to be correct. That said, let's blast this thing one more time. Everything's on, and let's see if we can squeeze just a pinch out of this. We'll go up there. See if we can squeeze just a pinch out of it more. All right, we'll just go right to it. Do it right here on the digital. Yeah, peaker, tweaker, peaker, audio, 1, 2, peaker, tweaker. All right, really nice. Now, let's go to RMS. Audio, RMS, 850. Squeeze a little out of it, audio. And we're still looking at the peaker, tweaker up here, audio. And RMS 2500, audio. Input reflection about a half a watt, beautiful. So, let's see, coax is the key, but you can't tell them. Pre-made, yes sir. Well, that and actually building an amplifier on frequency really helps. We're getting it really close anyhow. But listen guys, y'all take care. Thanks for hanging out. My little rants, I don't get too much time to do lives. I got other things going on. The LD Moss project setting there. Hadn't had time to get back to it. I had some gremlins in my truck. And yeah, just trying to chip away at the old stuff that I got to do. So y'all take care. Thanks for watching. God bless. Where's Molly? Hold on. Here, come here, baby. Can't forget about Molly, Moo. What's going on, girl? How are you? You gonna sit? You gonna wave? Molly, you gonna wave? Say hi, everybody. How you been? Everything good? Huh? All right. Can I get you? Yeah. Get your paw. All right. Yeah, you a good girl? Yeah. Okay. Right? It quit raining? Molly, come here. Did it quit raining? Sit. You gonna sit? You gonna sit? Did it quit raining? Huh? What you think? You wanna go see Kitty? Ho ho. Said the magic word. Maybe the babies are out there too, huh? You wanna mess with them? You wanna go get them? All right. All right, we go get them. All right, Molly. Say bye-bye. Say bye, everybody. Say bye-bye. All right. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Take care. Just a repair. I'll eventually put something up here really cool when I get it all finished. Be good. God bless.